Guys, what's up? So a little bit of a different pace. This was a bit of a surprise. Crazy story, we're gonna tell it here. But I ended up with a 1976 Porsche. Life is too short not to make bad financial decisions. Hence this car. We're going to talk about it today, guys. So, yeah, welcome to my Porsche 911. In fact, let me get intimate with you guys just for a second. That's what that does. Oh, I needed that. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm coming. All right. Hey, what's up? Welcome to probably the most claustrophobic episode I've ever produced. But it's also one of the most exciting episodes I've ever produced. As of this time, April 22nd, 2022, I am the owner of a 911, a Porsche 911. Not just a Porsche 911, a Porsche 911 930 body kit, done period correct in aluminum. I said that all wrong, but hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. This is a 911, but it looks like a 930 turbo. And that is one of the coolest things ever. And it's 1976, which makes it super cool. It is all manual, analog, and it's beautiful. It doesn't have that stupid steering wheel, which, by the way, cute horn. So let's get over this. Why is this a bad decision? These cars are going up in value. It's hard to find them. It's hard to find something like this even. Look, the leather is all perfect. Nothing's wrong with this car. It's running. It's beautiful. Why is this a bad decision? I got it for a heck of a deal. Well, it was a bad decision because last month, some of you may have known, I just purchased a house. This month, I had to pay taxes on earnings last year because, remember, I lost my job and I had to do freelance work. But I had to pay taxes on pretty much all of my income, which most of you are probably W-2. You know, little side tangent. You get taxes taken out of your paychecks. For me, I wasn't doing that, and that's kind of dumb, but also smart. It's debatable. So I have to pay a massive sum of taxes for last year, which was close to 10 grand. On top of that, purchasing the house, which in this market we offered a ton of money on top of, and we offered to cover their expenses of leaving, their rent basically for 2 months for free, and our rent we're covering. And I bought this car in that time. Like, what am I thinking? I'm thinking I'm in love. To be honest, I'm in love. And that's, sorry, for my wife watching this, I love you. You come first. You always do. You know you do. But this car, if I were to cheat on my wife, it would be with this car. But anyway, this car, I mean, it was just too good. I posted in a Facebook group asking if anyone was thinking about selling their 911 this summer or later this year or next year so I could start saving up and kind of negotiate and sweeten the deal in the process. I was seeing if I could, just start early on seeing how much people were selling them for. This became available for such a good price, and it was running, and it was perfect. I mean, it is perfect. Other than a hose, which we're going to do another episode on what's wrong with this. Like, I just had to jump on it. I just couldn't let it pass. This is one of the cars that I want to keep. I've just had such big visions for. Lo and behold, a good friend of mine was selling it for a really good price. I won't disclose how much. But for what I thought was, for me, I would either be spending 50 grand more later down the road or just bite the bullet now and get a heck of a deal. And that's what I tried to do. So to get this car, it was a hassle. I went to my bank. First of all, I'm starting from zero because I have taxes coming up. That's tens of thousands of dollars. And, well, not tens of thousands, just, around $10,000. And then I have the home, which I purchased, so I'm basically not being able to put anything down on this car. even though I really, really wanted to put a deposit down. So I had to start from zero, and I called my bank. I talked to a couple buddies, and they were promising, oh yeah, you can get 0%, zero down, 3.2% rate, yeah, totally fine for that amount. Come to find out, my bank was lying on that, and come to find out that my buddy's bank, who I was talking to, actually changed their policies, so we had to do some financial maneuvering. I won't tell you what we had to do. In fact, I thought I wasn't going to get this car. I thought I couldn't. At that point, both banks were telling me no. Everything wasn't lining up on my end. I had driven the car at the point. I was committed to it. I've seen it. I had seen this beautiful car at this point, and I was so dang committed. And not only that, but the seller was like potentially backing out because he loved this car. I'm very lucky, and if he's watching this, thank you so much for selling your car. I'm going to take good care of it. This thing is going to this thing's going to have a second life. That's all I'll say. But come to find out, the owner, didn't really want to sell this car, and was driving the price up, not on his fault, but just someone else was interested. So the price was going up on the car, and I was between, a couple banks that were telling me no. I pleaded. I said, whatever we need to make this happen, let's make it happen. I know it's a dumb decision. I know this is probably the dumbest decision I made, but I would regret it if I missed this car. I would regret it it would be one of my regrets if I had not gotten this car and picked it up for how much it was, for the time, for the era, for just its analog. This car is never going out of style. It's never gonna go out of style. That's the thing with this car. It's the only car, in my eyes, in my opinion, that is timeless by the very definition. Anyway, I had said and begged and pleaded with this bank, and the lady was like, you know what, we can do some funny financial maneuvering, figure this out, and get you in this car. And so we did. So we went to this bank, right? And I wanted to record in there. Me and have an emotional, oh, sorry, I said his name. Me and the seller have an emotional connection to this car. A really emotional connection to this car. In fact, it's never a good idea to buy things on emotion. I just happened to do this, and I not regretted it. This is not, don't do this at home, kids. But me and this gentleman, this seller, had an emotional connection with this car, and we had gone into the bank. And keep in mind too, it was raining. It's been raining. So I can't bring the car to the bank. They have to go off of photos that we've taken. So they're like trusting us that the car's even real, off of just VIN and paperwork, which I have a lot of to show you guys. Someday we'll talk about the story of this car. But I felt like the bank might have thought we were scamming them. We weren't. The car's real, but that was my worry. Is they're like, where's the car? This beautiful car you're talking about, where is it? Well, it's raining, and I don't want him to crash the car on the way. But anyway, we're in the bank. We meet up. We give each other a hug. In this whole process, I swear, I kid you not, I think me and the seller are looking at each other like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like he's selling me his child. Like this is an adoption. Like, I'm not even kidding you. It is painful to watch, but it's also beautiful. It's a new life. It's a new start to this car. And I'm very excited about it. I'm very passionate about it. He can tell that. In this bank, this bank, this financial, this loan officer, I think, loan officer is sitting there between these two guys who are sharing a very emotional moment over this car. And he's looking at me, and he's got this paperwork, and he's just like borderline crying, borderline just, me too. I'm about to bust into tears over this thing. And he's just talking about all of his memories with this car. He picked up his wife in this car. He, used to go on cruises all the time. He babied the thing. He loved the thing. And that's part of the reason why I love this car so much, is how much he loved it. And this this loan officer is looking at us, and she has this expression on her face, like, what the heck is going on with these guys? She's looking at me, she's looking at him, and I'm just like, we're very emotionally attached to this thing. And she's like, I can tell. And she was just like, the whole time, just like, what is going on? You know, and we're, like I said, we had closed all the paperwork, and I said, so it's done? And she's like, yep, that's it. It's done. Paperwork's done. And we hug. And he's like just about to bawl. I'm about to cry because I'm looking at him. And I'm thinking about this car and how much it means to him. And he's thinking about all the memories he's had in this car, and just, you know, driving it to the canyons with his wife, picking her up on their first date. You know, all the memories, all the love, all the effort and energy he's put into this car, all the baby and the pampering and the love. And this bank lady is sitting between us and standing just like looking at us like about to bawl, just talking about this car like it's a kid. And actually it comes out, I said, I said to her, it's kind of like him giving up a kid. He's put a lot of passion, effort into it. And she goes, aw, you would sell your kid for it, and then discloses the amount. And he just is like silent. He's dead. Like, I looked at her and I was like, lady, shut up. Like, he's this close, not selling this car. And you're just like rubbing it in, and I'm like, cut it. Anyway, and to the seller, I will take care of this car. It is a forever car. I know we talked about, oh, you can sell it, oh, you can do this with it, XYZ. I don't care. I don't care if I could flip this. I don't care about that. I really love this car. It's one of those cars that you know, I didn't feel this with the BMW. I felt a little bit with the Tacoma, and when I sold it, I still like to see updates and pictures from the buyer, and that was a necessity. But this car is just one of the last things I'd sell, and it really has to do with the fact that it's just what it means to me is it's an old soul. You know, I'm 23. I'm pretty young. I want to say self-made, but in reality, you know, I've had help. I've had friends along the way. I've had business partners. I've had, you know, guys in my life that have guided me. I really can't say, you know, even though, yeah, I wasn't given money by my parents or anything like that, other than the wedding gifts, you know, a few furnitures, and which was very nice. Thank you. I don't want to bash on my parents. They're wonderful people. But you know, I wasn't handed anything. I've had businesses, I've had failures, I've had successes. I've done door-to-door sales to you know, this, to just about everything. And man, like, it's hard. It's really, really freaking hard to get here. You know, I try and preserve all the relationships I have, and I didn't mean for this to get real sentimental, but you know, relationships are the only thing I've been able to take with me. Money will come and go. This even will come and go. Although I plan to keep it for a very long time. But the relationships I'm going to be building with this car and the community, and honestly, just the simplicity of having a vehicle that doesn't have any computers in it is really what I love. I love the fact that I get in here and it smells like gas, you know, which is a, you know, old car thing. You know, the engine's right there. And my wife, I love the fact that my wife even likes it. You know, I love the fact that it's an old soul. It looks new. It looks clean. There's just a couple, you know, non-painted spots will get taken care of. And she feels great. She's going strong, and every time I power her on, I turn it on, it just is it's a testament that, man, it was hard to get here, and it's a reminder to appreciate the little things, the nuances, all the small things in life, from, you know, just having to steer this thing, to the shifting, to you know, the seats, to the smells, to just how simplified this car is. I cannot understate how beautiful that is. I had to go all the way back to 1976 to get this kind of luxury, which is the luxury of not having any luxury other than fantastic seats. These things are comfortable. Man, it's my car now, and that means something. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm excited to have announced this. This is a new part for the channel. I have a mini documentary coming out with Ish from Need to Drive that I'm working on. I'm trying to build that out and craft that story. It's good to talk to you guys again. It's been a while since we've done something like this. I will do more things like this and more, some BTS. But I hope something comes out of it, and I hope this helps you, and I hope you have some similar stories and bad decisions you've made. Some of the worst, best decisions you've made. And let me know in the comments below what your worst... let me know in the comments below what your best, worst decision in your life has been. And if you don't have one yet, then tell me what bad decision you would like to make in the comments below, guys. I appreciate your viewership. It means the world to me that you would care enough to watch this and to finish this. And God bless. Let me know those worst decisions. I would love to make sure I'm not alone in making bad decisions. And you guys have a great day. Now my question is, how do we get backed up?